Welcome everyone to Besiege, the third and final episode of the Skinnerkin solo campaign, a crushing terror against the Fomoroid Crusher. Can Grizzla, Tenderhook and her crazed butchers become the first of the warbands to complete all three scenarios successfully, or will the mighty beast escape as its lair is discovered and besieged? Setting up the board, the Crusher deploys on the far edge of its escape hex, the Skinnerkin placing themselves in its path to try and stop it. The opening hand is drawn, and we are ready to play out the scenario. The Crusher immediately makes a double move, stopping on top of an objective counter. Using his Crusher and his throw reactions, he inspires as he throws the objective to the nearest enemy, the Porn Karnskir. Surprised by the sudden throw, the bad beast is hit thanks to the Init Hammer, success on the inspired Fomoroid, taking 2 damage in the process. As the Fomoroid is within 4 hexes of its escape though, one of the Skinnerkin inspires, and Kretch being as such the first one. Aspiring Artisan is played in order to have full rerolls on the next attack action, as I don't have any hunch counters yet, and the King Hungers also grants 2 additional dice. Kretch charges the large beast, weaving his cleaver in a vicious arc towards the monster's knees. The attack successfully lands, and due to a critical being in there, does its full damage of 3 on the beast. Kretch then receives an upgrade as per the scenario, Calloused Hands, making sure he will survive a single attack from the breaker of the Fomoroid, which inflicts an automatic 3 wounds. But the Crusher turns himself to the Karnskir first, squeezing the unlife out of the beast with its mighty hands. Cedric the Chain now throws himself into the fray, charging in with his chains whirling around his head. Luckily, he has 2 successes thanks to Kretch's presence, as that passes the near perfect defense roll of the Fomoroid, and wounding him for an additional wound, giving him an upgrade granting him cleave on his attacks. The Crusher then attacks Kretch, who survives thanks to his Calloused Hands upgrade, leaving him with a single wound remaining. Grizzla inspires next, the kitchen chef getting ready to fillet the big beast. She charges the beast in the back, setting to work. Her attacks hit the monster, doing a further 2 wounds on the behemoth. As this gains them their 3rd hunch counter, the Skinnerkin all inspire, now completely taken by the thrill of the hunt. But Cedric doesn't enjoy this moment for long, as the Crusher smacks him out of the game with the breaker action. Pudric now charges in as well, hoping to do his part, and he certainly does, as his attacks goes past the defense of the big beast, and takes it over the half of his starting wounds. Well, inspired starting wounds, because he now has 12 instead of 10 to begin. With 8 wounds now inflicted onto the beast out of his starting 12, it is time to go to round 2, in which a new hand is drawn, and the Skinnerkin prepare their knives and cleavers to take the big monster down hopefully. But not before the Crusher first uses his breaker on Pudric, one-shotting the Flensmaster in a savage blow. In the power step, Middenheap Scavenger, which only works for the Karnskir, is cycled for Head Chef. Greedy is then played to Grievous on the next attack roll. A Precise Fillet is also played, and as Grizzla did roll 2 successes but no crits, turning her attack into a single critical hit with the beast fails to defend against. And then comes the Grievous into play as well, so this brings the mighty monster down to a single wound remaining, while Grizzla gets another upgrade for doing some ping damage. The Crusher attacks the Head Chef, but as she is 4 wounds, the breaker action leaves her at a single wound remaining, just like Kretch. That means the Skinnerkin will have 2 chances to land a successful attack and take out the last wound before the breaker takes it all down. But that is all for North to think about, as the next attack from Grizzla easily bypasses the monster's defenses. She rolled a success and a critical, with cleave against a shield. And with the exit so near yet so far, the Fomoroid Crusher is laid down by the Skinnerkin for the final time. His body will be cut to pieces, and the Summer Court will feast on his flesh tonight. There we have it, a warband that actually successfully made it through all 3 of the scenarios, Grizzla being the cause of the big beast's demise in all scenarios. So join back soon for more crushing terror solo games, as I will be putting more warbands against the beast, but now the Skinnerkin Edition 1 cards will go in the dark box in the garage, as they waived off this edition of Underworlds. Thanks for watching this series and see you again next time. Bye bye.